our extended squad was just announced. Let's talk about it. Before we do jump straight into it, I will be at Gather Round. I'm going to be at the game in Adelaide. I'm going to get there on Saturday night. I'm going to stay there all Saturday, going to the Gold Coast Suns and GWS game. But on our game, or during our game, there'll be fan cams after the game. I'm going to do halftime on the hill. So if you're on Adelaide Oval's hill, I'm going to be talking to whoever is there, so that's going to be fun. And there'll be a vlog, so it's going to be a lot of content. So make sure you're one, subscribed, and two, you hit that notification bell so you get notified when the videos come up, because they're going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing weekend, and I absolutely cannot wait. So, teams, as you can see, I've just hopped off the train. I'm in the passenger seat of my car. I wanted to get this video out to you before, Thursdays I always have a family dinner. So before I go to the family dinner, so we'll talk about our ins and outs for the extended squad. So, because it's extended, there isn't any outs just yet. Because on Thursdays, they announced the squads for Sunday's games, but our squad gets finalised. I've said squad so many times in this video. Our squad gets finalised tomorrow at 5 p.m. So Friday, 5 p.m. So we'll know the actual ins and outs. This game, though, Lipinski's 100th game, which is incredible. Premiership player Lipinski. He played 56 games for the Western Bulldogs, 43 games for us. It'll be 44 games when he plays on Sunday, which is incredible. An absolutely awesome player. Loved what he did when he came to the club. Yes, 2023 was a little bit. How's it going for him because of those? Was it 2 shoulder recos or something? 2 shoulder injuries anyway. He played a really big role on Kitty Coleman on grand final day. So shout out to Patrick Lipinski. We really appreciate you at Pyland. So that's awesome. But our ins for this squad. So we know that Steele Sidebottom is definitely playing. So he is one of the ins. Who comes out for him? We'll talk a little bit about that later. The other guy that's in the extended squad is Joe Richards. So Joe, our 2022 draftee, gets a call up after a 6-goal haul last week against the Lions. And we nearly stole that one in the VFL. But Joe Richards gets the call up into the extended squad. And look, even if he doesn't debut, at least, being in the extended squad is really, it means something. I reckon it honestly means something. It means you're right there. You're nearly there. So I'm stoked for Joe Richards. So they're the only 2 that made it into the extended squad. So coming out, there hasn't been any people that have come out just yet. So who do I think comes out for Steele Sidebottom? Definitely, right? But who do I think comes out for him? I honestly think, and people are going to hate me for this, but I think Finn McRae comes out. He started as a sub a couple of times. He started on the ground last week. Didn't really do much. And then Crisp came on and Crisp had an amazing second half. So I think Finn McRae needs to play a full game in the VFL. He won't play a full game again if he gets chosen. But in saying that, you probably would give him a full game against the Hawks and one of those lower teams, even though they're our bogey side, so it's going to be a close game. But you'd probably give him a game against the Hawks if you were going to give him a game against anybody. But if they were going to put him as the sub, I'd rather him play as a full game in the VFL. Or do the VFL... I think the VFL might have a bye. No, if the VFL have a bye, then Finn McRae would stay in. Oh, this is a hard one now. No, I'm putting my foot down. Finn McRae comes out for Steele Sidebottom. I don't care that there's a bye in the VFL. Sidey needs to play. Finn McRae just didn't cut it last week. I thought he might have, but he just didn't. I don't think there's going to be a whole raft of changes. I don't see anyone else sort of coming out from the squad. Everyone did really well. Joe Richards, yes, he kicked 6 goals in the VFL, but can you really afford to drop a player for him like Bobby Hill? You couldn't. No. Jamie Elliott? No. Bo McCreary? No. Lockie Schultz? No either. Like, I know there's been some hate on Lockie Schultz since we brought him in, but he's doing so much without the ball. His pressure, his tackling. The goals will come. He plays a different role to like what Ginnivan was playing for us. So that'll happen. But I don't think you can take anyone out of that team. It'd be hard. You'd be pretty stiff to be one of the forwards who gets dropped from that team because Reef's playing well as well. So I think it's really just one change. I think Steele Sidebottom comes out and Finn McRae comes in. Now the sub will be from someone on the bench. So at the moment there's 8 on the bench. I reckon Jack Crisp might stay as the super sub. I think he did. Well, I just said it before. I think he did so good when he came on. Um, and it was just that sort of spark that we needed. Crisp is known for that sort of spark that he gives us off half back and his creativity and stuff and his kamikaze style that I've called it a couple of times. So I do like Crisp coming on as the sub. So I probably wouldn't change that. Um, could you make a case, like I said, could you make a case for a debut for Joe Richards? You probably could. Could you make a case for Finn McRae to stay in the side? You probably could as well. But I think it'll just be the one change. Why fix what's not broken at the moment? Maybe if we were 0-4, change it up a little bit, right? But we're not 0-4. We won last week against the Lions. And, Hawthorn are going to throw absolutely everything at us. And I know I'll do the preview. That'll come out tomorrow. But it's going to be a really good game. And like I said, just the one change. Don't fix what's not broke. But leave me your thoughts down below. Do you see any changes more than what I said? Do you think it's more than Steele Sidebottom going in? And do you think Finlay McRae deserves to be in the team? Or do you think, yes, he definitely needs to come out? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. Double shackers. I'll soup you later.